Welcome to the Yoshi Cast, everyone. I'm Yoshi, and today we're going to talk sketch covers with comic book artist Randy Emberlin.
Yoshi!
Mr. Emberlin is probably most famous for his work on The Amazing Spider-Man, but he's touched many other properties. I first met Mr. Emberlin at the Bellingham Comic-Con, where I commissioned him to do a sketch cover for me of Optimus Prime and Spider-Man on a blank Spider-Man cover. The inspiration for the sketch cover came from a comic book series called Avengers vs. Transformers. When I went to the Bellingham Comic-Con to meet Mr. Emberlin, I took him my blank Spider-Man cover as well as reference art for the Spider-Man and the Optimus Prime I wanted on the cover. This probably was one of the more complex sketch cover commissions he got while at the Comic-Con, and he asked if he could take it home, finish it, and mail it back, which he did. And I found out Mr. Emberlin would also be attending the Emerald City Comic-Con this year. I went ahead and packed up his sketch cover he did for me and went to the convention and was able to get this interview with Mr. Emberlin. So let's check it out. Hey everybody, we're here at Emerald City Comic-Con 2018. I am with Mr. Randy Emberlin, famous Spider-Man artist.
I hope so.
Who at Bellingham Comic-Con, you did a sketch cover for me.
Right.
And it turned out great with Spider-Man and Optimus Prime.
It's a double cover, so it's actually, you have to almost show them both sides.
Right.
So it actually works.
How do you like working on sketch covers? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
You know, sometimes it's a pain just because you're dealing with limited space. Like, you had a good design, so I was able to, fit a small figure in a large hand, and that's good, and then the fact that it was a double cover, then I could get a massive image, there, which, I mean, that's a perfect cover. If you open this up, there's a lot of room to draw. Some covers, I've got some, I don't know, I had
single page covers. Yeah.
This would be kind of a horrible one to do because it's got all of this stuff around here, and this goes clear. So I'm down to like a 5x6, image area.
Yeah.
You could do a headshot, that's about it. Or, even this Venom cover, the logo's pretty big. You could still get something on there, but the bigger the space, the better.
Right.
And then that's probably my only complaint is just, that you don't have enough room. That's the big deal.
Now, I came to you at Bellingham Comic-Con with reference art and a solid idea.
Right.
Do you like it when people do that, or do you like it when it's just like, I want Spider-Man go to town?
You and I decided that I could take it home and work on it.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference.
Yes.
So if you got a special project, a lot of times that's what I'll tell people. I did it at the Texas show. Somebody had a specific character, doesn't even exist, and he wanted me to do it. I said, this is a project for home. Mm-hmm. If it's at a show, I prefer actually to do characters that I've done a lot, like a Venom, a Carnage, a Spider-Man, where I can just take off and go do it.
Right.
If I have to do research, and I did on yours, I had to find even more reference to get a side view of Optimus Prime. So it just takes more time, So it's some projects are good for shows, some aren't.
Right. Do you? Not everybody can come to Emerald City Comic-Con. Not everybody can come to Bellingham Comic-Con. Right. Do you take commissions from your website?
Yeah, and Instagram.
Okay.
I just started my Instagram account. So
I added you.
Right. I saw that immediately. Yeah. No, I identified a bunch of people. That and my website and Facebook.
Okay.
Between the three, I do get commissions. Not as many yet as I'd like to, because I like teaching, but I've done it for 11 years. I'd like to start moving away from that, just doing more shows and commissions.
Right.
And travel.
I'm gonna put I'm gonna put links in the show notes to all your stuff. What other conventions you got coming up?
Let's see. We're doing Phoenix in May. The fest, Comic Fest. I'm doing Arctic Con. Actually, Aaron Lepresti's doing it too. In the end of April, going to Anchorage, Alaska. I haven't been there before.
I'm from Juneau originally.
Are you?
Yeah,
that's right. Okay, so I'm doing Arctic Con. Let's see. I'm not doing Denver this year, but I think I'd like to squeeze that in June. But I know there's something I'm forgetting somewhere in there. But, then the summers I usually take off because we teach camps in July. Mm-hmm. For most of July, it's the camps. And then August is travel and vacation. And then September, I don't actually start teaching classes till October 1st. So September is actually a few comic book shows and vacationing. So I'll do Rose City, and there's a show in I think it's Vegas, and I think there's another show in September. So I got some shows in September coming up.
Okay, you're gonna love Alaska. It's beautiful.
Okay,
It's
my dad
beautiful.
worked up there as a second retirement. He was a principal here, got his retirement not here but in Oregon, and then he took a job in Barrow.
Yeah.
And did the North Slope Borough District, and he was around those different cities and stuff too. But yeah, he did that for 8 years, and in those days you could get another retirement. So it was cool.
So a piece of work like this is, in my opinion, I think this is as a sort of basis as to what this is going to cost.
This is a custom piece.
This turned out beautifully. I really couldn't be happier. Thank you so very much.
So this is a blog that you do?
I do a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
I have two podcasts, if you will. One where I talk a lot about comics and sketch covers. The other one is all Transformers.
Okay.
So
I wouldn't know anything about that. I wouldn't know anything about the Transformers.
Just thank you so much for your time. Have a really good Emerald City.
Okay.
And we'll see you around.
All right.
Thank you.
Will.
Thank you guys for checking out my interview with Mr. Randy Emberlin. If you want to find out how you can contact Mr. Emberlin, I've got links to all of his stuff down below. Feel free to get a hold of him for a sketch cover or just say hi. Big thank you to Mr. Emberlin for his time. He was wicked busy at Emerald City Comic Con, and he still managed to carve out a little bit of time to do this interview with me, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I also want to thank my camera guys, Rick and Jason, without which I wouldn't have been able to pull off this interview. They were a big help. And thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you all in the next one.